as long as civilization has existed, there has been organized crime. And in America, organized crime has become part of the culture. I mean, people love gangsters. Some of the most critically acclaimed movies are about gangsters. Stories about mobsters, especially about the Italian variety, are compelling. I mean, these are characters people look up to. These are characters people admire. These are even characters people can relate to a small extent. I mean, at this point, the Cosa Nostra is as American as apple pie and Britney Spears. Mobsters are unlike any other criminals. They're smooth, they have style. They're not just some gangbangers in do-rags robbing old ladies, or some meth head tweakers holding up gas stations for $30. Mobsters have $50 haircuts and $500 suits. I mean, the way they present themselves is part of the reason people actually like them. The mob narrative is one of the most successful and influential parts of cinema, and it works great in video games as well. I mean, you combine a really deep and compelling Mafia story with an open city sandbox game, and that is a recipe for greatness. And this game is greatness. This is a review of Mafia for the PC. Mafia is a game you can equate to something like Grand Theft Auto 3, which came out around the same time, but Mafia is a lot deeper in terms of story. The characters in this game have so many layers, and the story just sucks you in and makes you feel like you're part of it. See, the story starts off with you being a taxi driver in a fictional 1930s American city, which more or less resembles the boroughs of Manhattan and Brooklyn. You run into some mobsters, you help them out, and then rival mobsters go after you, and you have no choice but to join the Mafia. You want to just keep driving your taxi, but if you do, you're probably going to get killed. I mean, you need people around you that can protect you. You need to be able to protect yourself, and joining the mob is the only way you'll be able to do that. This is a city sandbox game, so there's a lot of just running around and exploring this booming metropolis and shooting people and committing all sorts of crimes, but there's even more driving. I mean, this game is really proud of its driving physics, and it should be. For when it was released, 2002, the driving is just spot on, and so are the graphics. The cars are very responsive. There's a ton of different cars. They all handle differently, and it's just fun to explore the city as you drive through it. In fact, the first few missions in this game is you still being a taxi driver. You're not a mobster quite yet. So all you do is pick people up and drop them off at various points in the city. The first few missions in this game are really for you to get acclimated with this giant city and to get to know it. Typically during a mission, the compass at the top left shows you where to go, but you can also open up the map anytime in real time by pressing the tab key. This map is a lifesaver because the compass isn't the best. There's a little radar system next to the compass in the top left, but it doesn't really show you any streets. It just shows you where all the other cars are, where police cars are, and if your destination is close enough, it shows you your destination. But without actually showing the streets, it's not very useful. That's why you have to constantly keep opening up your map as you drive through the city. After a while, you'll actually get to know the city, so you won't need to use the map as much. The city itself, much like the cars, looks absolutely gorgeous. And as gorgeous as the graphics of the city are, I would say the actual character models in this game are probably the most advanced I've ever seen up until 2002. I mean, there's so much detail in the faces of the people in this game. It's amazing. Especially because of how much is in this game. I mean, this game is one giant city. It really is amazing how many cars, how many weapons, how many missions, how many cutscenes they could fit into this game on top of there just being a giant city. This really is just a world that you are dragged into. And the thing that drags you into the world is the absolutely movie-worthy narrative. The story is as stylish, interesting, and violent as any classic mob movie or television series. And because you're actually living it, like you're part of the story, you're interacting with it, it takes the whole narrative to just a completely different level. And the replay value in Mafia, much like in any great city sandbox game, is infinite. Even after you're done with the story, you can still drive around the city and cause havoc. In fact, that's a nice change of pace from the really deep movie-worthy story to just pop out of the story and do some free riding, just driving into people, shooting random people, fighting with cops and rival mobsters, performing stunts with your various 1930s cars. I like to just cause havoc in the city until I start feeling like an asshole. Like, you shoot a few too many random innocent women in the back, and then you just start asking yourself, what are you doing, Stan? Why are you murdering innocent people? You're not a sociopath. It's just a game, but I think we need to calm down a little bit and play the story. Let's cut down on the genocide for a moment, shall we? Mafia just does everything you'd want in a good city sandbox crime drama very well. From the graphics, to the gameplay, to the driving around, to the shooting, and the depth of the characters, and the way they progress in the story and interact with it. That part of the game goes above and beyond a traditional good game. The story of this game is, as I've said, blockbuster gangster movie worthy. Mafia for the PC gets an official Stanburdman rating of a 9.5 out of 10. It is one of the first 3D city sandbox games, and it is also one of the best. I didn't just make this review because this is an awesome game. I also made this review to honor the legacy of James Gandolfini, Tony Soprano, the Don of the New Jersey Mafia, in what is probably the best HBO series of all time. This review is dedicated to you, James Gandolfini, and everything you have accomplished in the Mafia subgenre of pop culture. James Gandolfini, you were the reason I tuned into HBO when I was a kid, and you will be sorely missed but never forgotten.